Welcome to Imagination Fun Time with the Alchemical actors featuring Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Savannah Barrett, sister of the 84th degree, and I will be co-DMing this campaign along with Mims. Him and I have worked on homebrewing this world together. And so we are going to be following traditional D&D 5e rules, but there will be some homebrewed things thrown in here and there. I've homebrewed a monster and stuff like that. So if you see us doing something horribly wrong, feel free to call us out on it. And if that comes up a lot, we will say we're using some homebrewed rules or whatever. But anyway, so that's my little spiel. You can go next.
Hi, I am Bree Literal, and I am the Metallurgic Prophet.
Hi, I'm Shannon Landers, and I am the Instaquisitor.
I'm Brandon Walls. I am the Silver-Tongued Shadow.
Hi, I'm Mims, and my title can't be spoken by a mortal tongue.
Hello, I am Evangeline Olsen.
My name is Lucy. I have no title. It's okay. I'm not mad about it.
I think you guys go by neophytes.
But I don't feel like a neophyte. I've been here for too long.
I was going to say, you've been here since close to the beginning.
Yeah, I've known you guys for 6 years.
You're super neophyte, super senior, but super neophyte.
I just can't get
the
to that
eternal
next
neophyte
level.
Welcome to the world of Occulty. Here in this world, there are two major continents with little islands sporadically placed in between them. One continent being Diatora, where our adventure starts, and the other being Asira. Diatora is huge with many different landscapes, from incredibly tall mountains to swamps, grasslands, and beautiful oceanside cities. Magic has been around since the beginning of time and used by all the different beings living in this plane and beyond. But in this age of peace, philosophers, researchers, and students have been able to really focus on magic and push the limits of what was thought possible with it. While Diatora has been experimenting with magic and pushing past boundaries, on the other side of the world, Asira has been making progress with things on a more technical side. Of course, magic still exists and is used, but the ruler of Asira has found comfort in the control that comes with technology. So this world is filled with many different races and beings. Each of them is going about their lives and has their own story. And now it's time to start your guys' story. And we're going to start with Lucy and Evangeline, the newbies.
That seems cruel.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Well, I'm more of a newbie than you are, so it's okay.
And so it is just becoming dusk as the two of you are walking down the road. You thought about stopping to make camp for the night, but you figured since you were so close to reaching the town that you'd push through and find somewhere nice to sleep. Unfortunately for you, a storm has started to kick up. At first it was just rain, but it feels as if the closer you get to town, the worse it gets. It is not pleasant to be in, and it is bringing some memories some might not want to remember. But hope, you see a building. As you get closer to it, you notice others seem to be seeking shelter there, so you decide to go inside as well. Once inside, you realize that you've stepped inside of a temple. You're not sure what deity is worshipped there, but you are welcomed in and feel safe. The doors close behind you, and the first thing you notice is how quiet it is in here. The storm was so loud outside, but the second the doors close, you can't even tell it's storming outside. So you are standing in the small foyer of this, temple, and the walls are gray stone around you, and in front of you, you can see a man dressed in some light armor and religious garb standing in the corner smiling at you. And so now, I promise, I'm finished railroading you. Can you two please describe the two characters that just walked into this temple?
So I am average height and female. I'm dressed in very practical clothing. I have thick boots on. And because it is raining, I am wearing a cloak with a hood up. It is a dark green color. I have a pack. You can tell, there is a bulge around me. You can tell that it's a pack, but you can't tell much about what else I have. If I were to take my hood off, you would see a long, bright blue braid down my back. I am an Air Genasi, about 31 years old, and my name is Lupa, so nice to meet you all.
All right, I am Sumis, and I am a Yanti snake person. I am a rogue, right?
Yes.
Let's say that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a rogue, and I will also wear a cloak. It's a black cloak, pretty long, mostly to hide myself in. I have white hair, pretty long. I'm average height. Just normal clothes, like boots and small little skirt, but I also wear like pants and stuff underneath.
All right.
Yeah.
So the man who is standing in the corner smiles at you and says, "Hello, travelers. Welcome to the Temple of Eldath. Are you guys are seeking shelter from the storm?"
Yes, we're headed into the nearest village to seek some more supplies.
Alrighty then. Well, here, feel free. And he like opens the door for you so you guys can like go inside of the actual temple. And he says, there isn't many places to sleep, unfortunately, but it is very peaceful in here. So I find sleeping on the benches might not be so terrible. And we can, if you talk to somebody in there, I'm sure that they'll grab you blankets.
Thank you. We've slept on worse. I'm sure we'll be very comfortable.
That is very true.
Yes. All right. So do you guys go inside?
Of course we do.
Yeah.
All right. So on the inside, you see a wide open room with high ceilings. There are benches along the walls, underneath where these giant stained glass windows are. And the stained glass windows have different images on them. Like one of them has a forest, one of them has waterfalls, and then the other one, I think you guys will like, has a depiction of a 10-foot tall woman, a human woman, wearing a white elegant gown. And there are some people in blue and green robes wandering around, seeming to be doing like different jobs, like cleaning and such. And at the very end of the room, there is a fountain that portrays like a waterfall falling into a small pool. And there is a person in those same robes kneeling besides the pool. So what would you guys like to do in here?
Is the man that welcomed us still with us?
He's standing in the foyer, but he hasn't closed the door yet. So he is kind of like looking at you.
Before we enter, I would just like to ask who's worshipped here?
The goddess Eldath, the goddess of peace.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well,
Yes. Well, have a good night. And he awkwardly closes the door.
well, I think we will set down our packs and take off our wet cloaks and then go kneel by the woman who is by the fountain.
Well, so is that you're okay with doing that too?
I might stay back on this one. I'm still unsure about the whole religion thing coming from my past.
Okay. So you, Lupa, go over to the woman, and what do you do?
I ask her what she prays for.
She kind of stops and looks at you and is like, I'm praying. I'm in the middle of praying right now. It's a little personal to ask somebody what they're praying for. But, okay. And then she like stops for a second and she like breathes in really deeply and she's like, I got this. This is a test. She like looks at you and she says, what do you pray for? What are you here for?
It's just Uno reversed you.
I sit there in silence next to her.
You don't say anything?
She was just rude to me.
She like stares at you like she tried to give these like kind eyes and then she notices that you didn't say anything and then she like very awkwardly turns her head back and like bows her head again. I guess, is there anything else you want to do in this interaction?
I think I maybe blew it.
I mean, she did ask you what you like, but it's fine. Okay, so no, it's okay. I shouldn't have started with you guys. I'm sorry. I'm pretty on the deep end, but it's okay. But this is how it goes. Not everybody's gonna want to talk to you. Eventually there is another robed person who comes up and he has blankets and he goes up to you and he says, "Oh, you're one of the travelers staying here for the night, right?" To you, Lupa. I'm sorry.
Yes, we are.
Alrighty then. Well, here are your blankets. I'm sorry that we can't provide much more comfortable things, but I guess it's more comfortable than being out in the storm.
It definitely is, and I'm grateful.
Alrighty then. And he walks away from you. And so I guess
I go up to Lupus again because I'm a little bit Lupus. Did I say it wrong?
Lupus.
What is it?
It's Lupa.
Lupa. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at
Lupus
names.
is a disease.
Oh my god. Look, I didn't know that. Lupa.
I love this group
do
already.
it? I'm so sorry. It's all good, guys.
Well, now I blew it.
You're just too very. I think these people are looking at you like, yeah, these are swamp people.
We are. Yes.
Yeah, she.
It's a lot different here in the swamp.
No wonder my charisma's so low.
The woman who's like praying at the thing kind of like looks over at you, who's now joined, and is like, okay, and then she like scooches over a couple of inches. Do you say anything to Lupa or
No.
I do have some advice for Sumis, which is that she should keep her hood on. Because I'm worried about people seeing her and getting the wrong impression, and maybe like not trying to kick us out of this nice place that we've found ourselves in.
It's very nice.
all right? Well, I'll help you guys out a little bit. Let's say that you guys, after very awkwardly interrupting this woman's prayer and then not responding to her when she asks you a question, is going to. So you guys go over to your bench. I'll say that you're sleeping underneath the beautiful portrait of the 10-foot tall human woman, which is amazing. That's in D&D lore, by the way. I didn't make that up. And so let's say that you guys bed down for the night. And if you guys don't agree with any of this, let me know. But you guys both go to sleep for the night, and you both drift into what is probably the most peaceful sleep of your lives, quiet and encompassing. Except for you, Lupa, it is dreamless. But I cannot say the same for you, Sumis.
Oh, great.
While you find yourself drifting peacefully off to sleep, you start to see a woodland forest. And you're casually walking and enjoying the sights until you come across another figure in the woods. It is a young woman, around 5 feet tall. She has elvish features, blonde hair tied up in a ponytail, pale white skin, and big golden eyes. She's wearing tan-colored pants and a baggy white shirt that is cinched at the waist with a brown belt. And across her chest, you see a strap as if it's like a bag like over her shoulder and something's hanging off of her back. And she looks at you and she smiles. She seems very friendly. And then from behind her grows the figure of this 10-foot tall human woman that you now understand is the goddess Eldath. And she gestures to something behind you. What do you do?
I slowly look behind me, a little worried.
When you turn around, there is no longer a forest behind you, but a jungle. One that looks really familiar to you, and a little bit away from you, you see a humanoid figure kneeling on the ground. What do you do?
I think I'm going to slowly walk up to it. I'm a little curious.
Okay. So, as you approach the figure, you find them kneeling beside this small pool of water, and she is clutching her ears and crying, "Please, just leave me alone." And when you look at her even closer, you realize that it's like a younger version of yourself. And you have flashbacks to this very vivid memory of this actually happening to you. And you look up and you can see a dark, shadowy figure standing over her. Its eyes are glowing and it is looking right at her/you. And so what would you like to do?
I think I'm going to run away. That's
all right.
Brought back some bad memories.
So you turn and you start to run, and you run into this thick wall of the jungle, and you're very quickly you're using your hands to try your best to carve through the jungle, and you can hear in the forest around you or the jungle around you that there's something chasing after you, and you start to panic and you fall down face first into the mud and you go dark for a second, and then you're back in a forest, but this time it's a scorched forest, and you see the young girl that you saw earlier, the elvish featured one, and she is in the same position that you were, and she's holding her ears and crying, "Please, just leave me alone." And you also see a dark figure standing over her with red eyes, staring intently at her. And before you have a chance to do anything, your vision goes black, and then you fade off into a dreamless, restful sleep. All right. So, is there anything that you guys would like to do in the morning? Or do you just awkwardly pack up your bags and leave?
I think so. I think we check the weather and then we head on our way. We don't have a lot of time.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I think we already made an unpleasant welcome going to meet people, so felt a little uncomfortable.
The man who was standing guard in the foyer as you guys leave, he waves goodbye and he says, "Come back again," and opens up the door for you. And you guys go outside and you notice that it is sunny and nice out, and you guys are like right outside of the town that you need to be in. And so we're going to take a pause from you guys, and we're going to switch over to now Mims and Brandon's characters. You two, having just woken up from a restful night in the local tavern, have made your way to the auction house in the town of Shimmergate. So you're heading over to the auction house, and you guys are sitting in the lobby. You've been told here to wait, and you've been waiting for a frustrating amount of time. The lobby is 2 benches, wooden walls with what is basically motel art hanging on every wall, and there is a main entrance with 2 big wooden doors, and the opposite of that is a desk, and there are 2 doors behind that desk. Sitting at the desk is a halfling woman with her feet kicked up on a desk, leaning back while reading a book, and she's also loudly munching on some snacks. So, would you guys please introduce your characters?
Hi guys, my name is Lenny. I'm a dwarf, basic dwarven beard, relatively long hair pulled back in a man bun, scale mail, sleeves cut off. Can see a warhammer strapped to his back that has the word bonk just etched into it haphazardly. Just standard dwarven looking guy.
Sitting beside him, you see about a 6 foot tall human, him. He has short, sort of shoulder length brown hair, wearing quite nice clothing for someone with his kind of composure, very bright purples and tan outlines on the studded armor. Nothing really draws attention to him with the exception of 2 things. One, he has very bright purple eyes that are almost luminescent in their own right. And the second one is, though he wears a few different rings on his fingers, there's one particular one that is bright gold with a bronze inlay around it with a giant, almost ruby. It is perfectly cut and is, if anyone were to snatch it, would be able to fetch a nice price for it.
Nice. All right. So, you guys are still waiting here in this lobby. What would you guys like to do?
So, see Lenny sitting there, twitching his leg. Just
Relax, my friend. Don't worry, we'll be able to get in no time. If anything, we can ask that woman up there if we can, see if we can close our way into a little bit sooner. That works.
Yeah, but this guy, man, just wait like this. It's a really shitty thing to do, man.
It is, but don't worry. Once we're in, and everything's going to be fine. In fact, here, excuse me, madam.
She doesn't sit up, and she very slowly lowers her book so you can just see her eyes and looks at you.
Madam, do you know of any chance we could be able to get into the, you said this is auctioneers.
Yes, you're in an auction house.
When we would get an idea of when we'd be able to get into the lobby or figure out what your wares are any moment?
She looks at you and says, "Mr. Bow will see you when he's ready."
Tell him, man, he does this every freaking time. Dude's an asshole.
I know. Would there be any particular way that we'd be able to get in a little bit faster this time? I take out my pocket and I slide 2 gold towards her.
Now she sits up and she takes that 2 gold and she like inspects it for a second and then she shoves it in her pocket and almost like she goes to sit down and start reading again and then she's like, she rolls her eyes and is like, okay, I should actually go do this. And so she gets up from her table and she says, I'll be right back. And she goes into the other room for a moment.
Okay. See? Sometimes it takes a little bit of extra persuasion to get someone to get what you need. See?
That's fair. It's just that art that you see that thing right there.
What?
It's like something you'd see in like a really shitty motel. Its eyes are staring into my soul.
Don't stare back at it then.
I can't. It's a matter of pride, man. Shit.
You're gonna lose your pride over a painting that you.
I've lost my pride over less.
At this point, Scully is back and she's just standing there staring at you guys while you're having that argument. And, or the halfling woman, I just gave away her name. Oh, well. And she goes, all right, Mr. Bow will see you now. Just go in there. And like,
Thank you. You're a saint.
no problem. And she like gives a little salute with her fingers. So you guys walk into this, into the room of the auction house. So there's like a stage, there's these like big glass windows behind it, but they're like, frosted like window panes, so you can't see out, but there is light coming in. And then there's of course like some magic candles floating around and junk. And then in front of the stage there's a bunch of chairs, and then up in the top like right corner you can see where there seems to be like a little box view room, like almost like what you would see at a football game. But it appears to be the auctioneer's house, Mr. Bow's, or like room. And so standing there in front of you is a human man with like a big old beer gut, and yes, so he and like he stares at you. I completely forgot. I didn't write down his description because I read it and then I didn't read it down. I'm great. But yes, all I remembered about him was having a big old beer gut. So picture whatever else you want about him.
Imagination fun time.
Imagination fun time.
But he does wear like nicer clothes. Like he tries to come across as this like super noble man, but he's kind of like, he's not. Like he's trying. Yeah, he's
Does he have a
he's a bit
handlebar
sneezy.
mustache?
Sure.
And like a little stain on that shirt.
And so he looks at you guys and he's like, Lenny, my boy, it's so good to see ya.
Pleasure to see you as well.
How's it going?
I'm not a voice actor. I'm not Matt Mercer. But sorry to keep you waiting. I'm a very busy man.
Insight check.
Rolling
Are you in the
insight.
first roll?
Yep.
Oh.
That is 18 plus 5.
Oh shit. He was keeping you waiting just because he wanted to. He's not a very busy man. He was up in his room reading a book and he's like, yeah, fuck that guy, I'm waiting. But so he looks over to you, Phineas, and he's like, oh, I don't think we've had the pleasure of meeting before. And he like holds out his hand to shake it.
Phineas Dorsea. A pleasure to meet you, sir.
All right. And he, as he's shaking your hand, he sees your ring. And he's like, oh, that is very beautiful.
It is indeed, isn't it?
It is. You never thought about parting with it, have you?
Oh, I know it'd fetch a mighty nice price, sir, but I don't think I'd be interested in selling it through your wares at the moment.
Okay. Anyway.
It's a family heirloom.
I understand. Now, Lenny, what brings you here?
We're looking for work. We're fresh into town. Need to wait a little while from where I came from. It's a long story. It got bad. I got out. That's all we really need to know.
All right.
We're looking for work. Need money. Need something to do. Honestly, I'm fucking bored.
All right. Well, you came at the right time, except a little bit early. in a couple of days, I will have some work for you, but I'm a very busy man, and I need a group of people for this job. Now, I'm not going to tell you about the job right now, but if you want, I'll give you guys 25 gold each if you manage to find me a group.
Done.
Fair enough.
Also, you have some special talents, he says, looking at you,
I
Phineas.
put my hand on his shoulder and I just say, "So, it's a very particular set of skills that I have, and I think you're going to be fine." And as I'm kind of talking to him, just rambling, I'm going to try to nick something from his pocket.
Okay. Oh no, roll a stealth check.
You guys are going to jail.
Natural fucking one.
I have some special skills.
I am just smiling
Thanks,
and just hoping to God he doesn't see this shit.
So he grabs the hand that you put on his shoulder, and then he grabs the other hand going for his pocket, and he says, "Don't touch me."
I didn't say I was always successful. I'm usually successful most of the time.
He likes to dance, all right?
Exactly.
That's what he was trying to do.
Those
I'm
are
a very-
his special.
That's his special skills. He's a dancer.
I'm a very nimble man.
Sure, we can find room on the team for a dancer, just not a thief. So, all right.
If you'd like to know, I was going to give it back to you. It was simply a demonstration.
Sure, I believe that for sure. Anyway, I'm a very busy man, and I need to go now. So once you find a group, come back to me, and then I'll give you the details of this job. And so he turns around and goes to leave, and you both now, including him, noticed. Do you have some?
Before he leaves, hey, how much for that painting out in the foyer, the waiting room area?
All that piece of shit art that I stole from the local tavern?
I will give you one gold for it right here, right now.
As soon as I hear him say I stole from it, I'm just giving him the biggest glare ever.
He's like, all right, give me the gold then.
I give him the gold.
All right, and just take it on the way out. I don't even think Scully will notice. So he goes back again to start leaving, but he notices this time that, and you guys also notice, one of the frosted windows is now slightly open. And he looks at it and is like, that was not open before. And I need you both to roll a perception check for me.
16.
Okay.
That's a 5.
All right. So you are too busy imagining you stealing that like motel art. Like you're like, yes, it's mine. You, however, see a very small creature just kind of zip by really fast and hide behind the stage. And now, Shannon, would you please describe your character?
Oh, shit.
Well, my character's name is Pip. He is, I don't know how, I'm not going to be able to say it right. How do you, the
This is
race?
Aarakocra.
Aarakocra. Yes. Vamos a row. He is a wee little lad, about 3 feet tall, about 30 pounds. So he is actually, he's a robin. I have him wearing earthy tones, like for clothing. He has this cute little, like green vest that he has with like a little white collared shirt popping out of it. A green belt that's just like a scarf wrapped around his hip with like brown tan pants. But he has this really cute giant acorn as his like little satchel that he keeps his little knickknacks in. And he's like reddish orange colors in the face, and the rest of his feathers are brown. And yeah, and that is, it's Pip.
All right. So, Phineas, you noticed that, and Pip, you are now think you're hidden behind that stage.
How far away roughly do you think Pip is from me?
I'd say like 25 feet.
Okay. Are they keeping an eye on me, or are they just sort of?
You notice that Lenny seems to be out in space right now.
I'll say I'm already out there. I'm grabbing the painting.
He's already walking out to get the painting. And then Mr. Bow. Mr. Bow is he seems very panicked. Like he does not seem okay right now. He seems very nervous.
Give me one moment, sir. And I walk over to beside the pillar, and I'm going to try to see if I can catch the little bird off guard, try to sneak around to it.
Roll a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
And Shannon, what's your passive perception?
Oh, let me pull that up.
17.
It's not a 17. Your passive perception. It's okay. So
No.
Pip is you very quietly sneak your way over, and this is also helped by Mr. Bow kind of breathing heavy, being like, what is in here? What is in here? What was that? And so you sneak around and you see what Shannon described, a little bird person sitting there. And you have not noticed him yet, Pip. You think you're hidden. You're like, yeah, I got these dudes.
I'm like giggling to myself, like, heh.
Do I notice anything particular on Pip? Like it's trying to take something, it's got something like on its claws or anything, or
Not yet.
I just look at it and my eyes glow brighter for a moment and I say, hold on there. And I cast Hold Person.
Oh. Okay, what do you do for hold person again?
That is a save of, let me pull it up, a wisdom save of 14.
All right, so
Okay.
roll your d20.
19.
Oh!
All right, knock that one off the list.
Okay, so Pip, you now know that there is a man behind you trying to cast a spell on you. What do you do?
Okay, I don't know if I could do this, but can I like quickly like turn my head, grab his hand, and just like pierce them in the eyes, like with my eyes, with my tiny bird eyes, look them in the eyes.
I thought you meant like Three Stooges, like iPhone.
I want to like catch his hand midair and then turn and look at him.
Hello there.
I'll say that you can do that.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
I'm like holding his finger, and, like staring at him.
So you're holding me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to grab him.
Okay, all right, roll a contested strength check.
Okay.
He's grappling.
Oh, strength check? Shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're a human and she's a tiny bird.
Yeah,
so,
but
Yeah.
I'm a scraggly dude. 4.
oh no, sure. Shannon, roll your
For
d20.
the record, I have a -1 modifier to my strength.
Oh shit.
1.
Oh, shit.
What are the odds? That's hilarious.
Well,
I'm delighted.
so she was holding Pip. He was holding on to your hand, and then you grab his neck, and you're just like, or his shoulder, whatever you want.
I'm just grabbing you by the. Actually, do you have arms?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
like wings of tiny little hands.
Yeah, I think I just grab them.
by the neck, or
just by
Okay.
the scruff.
all right, you grab them by the scruff, and you are grappled. You cannot get out.
What do you have there? What do you have, and what do you drop it? Go on. I mean, you know what I mean. Drop it.
Drop what? Drop it?
Drop. Oh, good God Almighty.
And at this point, Crossbow walks over to you, and he's like, "What is it? What is it? What is that thing?"
This little creature has decided to sneak in. I don't know what is procured, but it has something.
Well, get it out of here. Get it out of here. I don't want it. Please just
Fine,
leave.
fine.
Please just leave him.
I'm
He
just
seems
gonna-
very afraid of this
I'm not afraid of this little bird.
I'm not afraid of anything, but I want it out of here. Go out
Fair
here.
enough. I'll take it. You don't need to haul it for anything. I'll just take it out the front door.
Yes, please.
Okay. So I'm just kind of
So you
Listen.
carry Pip out the front door.
as I'm doing so, I kind of whisper, "Listen, you don't have to hide anything from me. I don't care about him, and I don't care about this. What do you have there? I'm not going to tell on you. I promise."
Can I peck his hand?
I'll say, okay, are you trying to get out, or is this just like a little story thing?
Could it be both?
So for grappling, would it be another contested strength check for her to get out?
It would be
I think
either.
it's an attack with disadvantage, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. I can look it up for you if you want.
That sounds right.
Okay. Let's do that then. So, Shannon, if you're trying to break out and peck him, roll your d20 twice and pick the lower option that you roll.
Okay.
That's what disadvantage
It's
is.
15, and then a 20. So
Oh,
it's
so
That
it's a
hits.
15.
That hits. I have an AC of 14, so.
Oh, so
I'll give him a good peck.
so you peck him him right on the hand, and
I just sort of pull off my hand instinctively.
Phineas lets go, and you like, what do you do?
I go,
You're free now, though.
like, I just like giggle and then
That's
you
not
scamper
really
about?
necessary. Shit. Listen, like I said, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to fess up or do anything like that. Why are you here, and what do you have that you've taken from here? It's an auctioneer's house, you know better. Come on.
Drop it.
Drop it? No, I'm the one telling you. What?
I gotta say. I feel like this is like, should I explain like my little bit of my history? 'Cause I don't think I did that earlier.
That's up to you, if you want to.
Okay.
I just wanted you to know that.
That okay.
Yeah. Because I saw.
You have that in your arsenal.
Yeah, it's in my arsenal.
Yeah.
I think you would also have the word necklace in your arsenal.
All right, that's in my.
Probably trinket too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just seems right.
So at this point, like, I'll say that you managed to carry her into the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
You managed to carry him into the lobby, and Lenny's in there grabbing the pink thing off the wall. Scully's not even looking up from her book. And your friend Phineas walks in holding a bird and then gets pecked, and the bird is now standing there.
Jesus, man, what did you buy?
I didn't buy anything. Listen,
Dude, that's buying people is illegal.
Do you know
and
that-
wrong.
do you know that window that was open that fucking whatever his name is was freaking out about?
I don't remember
Oh.
freaking out about anything. I
meant-
got excited because I'm buying this painting. I'm gonna set it on fire tonight.
Fair enough. But anyway,
Okay.
this little thing, I think it's taken something or snuck in to do something. Anyway, whatever you have, just drop it, okay?
Looky here. Okay? Hear me out.
Do you even have anything? Am I just assuming? Do you have
I
anything?
will give you a crisp handshake.
Buying people's illegal.
That's what it picks up.
Fair enough. Let's get out of the house before we discuss this more.
Hold on. Are you interested in making a little money?
Trinket?
Yes, trinkets.
You can
Many
buy
trinkets.
whatever you want with it, except for people, obviously.
How about 25 gold worth of trinkets? How does that sound? Yes or no? I think considering that considering Pip just said it's illegal to buy people, I think would I be able to catch on? Just like, oh, it can't really talk; it can only repeat.
Roll, would it be wisdom or like, oh yeah.
I would say
yeah.
insight.
Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah,
insight
roll
would
an
be better,
insight
yeah.
check.
Look at it. 10.
You definitely pick up that it's odd. I don't know if you necessarily understand that it's like all mimicry yet, but you do notice that everything that Pip has said has been something that you or someone around has said.
Okay. Well, we need some. I think something like you.
We need people. Do you know anybody here in this town?
Do I know anybody in this town?
Yes, that's
Yes.
what I'm asking.
I like look at you and I squint and I nod my head.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
what are your recommendations?
Do you know people that might want to make 25 gold?
I shrug my shoulders and then shake my head.
Go on, lead us. Lead the way.
All right, so you two are now following the small bird person out of the auction house. And
I just got this painting under my arm.
Yeah.
hold on the painting under your arm.
How big is this painting?
I'd say it's like, it would be like a medium-sized painting. So it's
Okay.
not like, it didn't take up the whole wall. Maybe like
I was hoping it was like one of those massive
Yeah,
like, wall ones.
I'd say
It's just him trying to
maybe like 20 inches by 20 inches or something.
All right.
So you guys follow Pip out the door, and so now we're gonna jump over to our last character that we haven't met yet. So we are jumping over to the marketplace. It is a bright and colorful place, also in the village of Shimmergate, and there are like tents of all different shapes and sizes, all like kind of together in this one area, and then there are some permanent buildings around that have more like bigger stores and things, but then the tents are like different vendors that have set up for the day and will eventually take it down that night, and every day the stores sort of change out based off of like who gets there first come first serve. So standing in the center of the marketplace at this really pretty fountain, would you please describe your character for us, Bree?
Hi, my name is Aklis. I'm a satyr. I'm also a bard, and I like to wander around and play music. I am 5'8", and my skin is very tan and freckled. My eyes are kind of like a greenish, freckled with gold, like kind of bits. My hair is like really big and curly and auburn red color, and like has miscellaneous like braids and like things entwined in my hair, like trinkets and bits and stuff, like not like random stuff, but like little like trinkets and like coins and stuff, that type of thing. She wears like this sleeveless but still kind of short dark green tunic. It has like 2 slits up the side, and around her neck she has like this orange and yellow patterned draped scarf that also pulls up as a hood, and it's belted with like a thick leather like belt type deal. Yeah.
So like I said, you're standing around the really pretty fountain. Like there's like a park to the right of you, and then to the left of you can see the different tents and the buildings around. And so you've been standing here like you have been for the past couple of days, and yet again there is no sign of that person that you're looking for. You're getting a pretty good view around of like everything around you. So what would you like to do?
So I haven't seen the person that I'm looking for yet.
Mm-mm.
Is there like a clear area where I would be more likely to find this individual in this marketplace that I could head towards?
Let me double check real fast. So, I'll say that you definitely like walked past all the different tents for the day, and you thought, because the fountain is like in the center of everything, you thought that would be a good place to look. But today is the first day since you've been in this town that the Sir Reginald fan club tent has been put up.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm ready.
So if you think you're going to find Sir Reginald, that might be the place that you go to find him.
All right. So I'm going to make my way to that stand.
Yep.
What do I see upon?
You pass a bunch of people shopping. Like there's a candy apple cart. There's like a bunch of different fun things, and you also see like one of the first tents that you see is somebody that you're also familiar with. There's this giant tent, bigger than all the others, and it's like striped with orange and pink, and sitting there at this table with like all these like crazy glowing different colored candles is an orange tiefling dressed very flamboyantly, and she like looks over at you and she like gives you a wink.
I wink back.
She like nods her head, and so yeah, you keep on walking. And you pass all these fun things, and I can get into more specifics if you go to them, but I right now cannot sight read all these different stores that you guys have selected.
I care about the Sir Reginald.
Yes.
That's where I'm at.
You know that you're getting close to the Sir Reginald fan club because you hear a bunch of people going, "Boo!" Is it just like and a bunch of kazoos? And you notice there are a bunch of like, it it's a bunch of different styles. Like there's some dwarves, some humans, some halflings, maybe even a half orc in there, and they're all wearing these like little goggles and this like nose piece, almost like those like plague masks, except it makes their face look like sort of like a dragon, but not a dragon. And then they're red, and they all have kazoos in their mouth, and they're just going burp, burp, doo, 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 and making all these weird noises with their kazoos. And then one of them, who's also wearing the mask, is at the table waving at people saying, "Come join the Sir Reginald fan club."
All right. Is there anybody in particular that looks... I know they probably all look pretty impressionable considering they're at the Sir Reginald fan club booth. But is there anybody in particular that sticks out as somebody I could kind of pull away, in a sense?
There is like this one human dude off to the side that is just jamming on his kazoo right now.
That's the man I am going to.
So I think he's a little bit farther off from the group, and he's like nodding his head.
Yeah.
And you can tell that the other tents around them are kind of like, oh my god, they never shut off. Like,
okay. I'm going to approach this man.
All right. And he's still vibing away. He hasn't noticed you yet.
Okay. I kind of like walk up, but like behind him, and I kind of am like leaning around him, like kind of like enjoying. I'm doing finger quotations because his beautiful music. Also, for reference, my character, her instrument is a pan flute that she has around her neck. So this is actually kind of really funny. She's kind of like leaning around him, like trying to make it like she's like really into it, and then she kind of like puts her hand on his kazoo.
Because he hasn't noticed you while you're trying to do all this, and he is just in his own world vibing on his kazoo.
I very delicately grab it,
and it does like a little
and I lock eyes with him when I do.
And through his mask, he looks at you, and he's like, he just stares at you, like, but kind of nervous.
I'm like, "Sir, I just have this really strong feeling about you, and I just want to talk to you for a minute. Can we just put the instrument down just for a moment?"
You know, it is a way of life, the kazoo.
Oh, don't I know it? Pulls out my own that I like happen to grab through the my way.
He looks so excited. He's like, "Oh, you have one too? Oh my god!"
Yeah, I do.
And like, he's like totally invested in your conversation now.
I just feel like we have a really strong connection. And I have a friend who's like actually a couple booths down, and I think I would like to introduce you to her, and we can really like test our connection and our connection to Reginald.
Whoa.
I feel like you're really strongly bonded to him, and I don't think you even know it yet.
I have to see where this goes. Holy shit.
Are you asking me on a date?
Yes, what's your name? Because I'm asking you on a date.
Bob?
Bob, you are the man for me. Please follow me to this town.
I'm a little scared, but
look at my kazoo. There's no need to be afraid.
And he does kind of like nod a little bit, and then he looks at like the pamphlet around your neck, and he's like, "That's a weird looking kazoo."
It's special.
You're taking me to a friend? I'm gonna go with you to a friend's house on a date?
No. She has a booth. She has a tent. She has wares. We can peruse her wares. And also she has services that can really test the bonds of Reginald.
Services?
Not that kind of services. Services of a mystical sort.
Roll of perception. Shit, what is it? Persuasion. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Roll relationship.
14.
That's very good. He's gonna go with you. Yeah.
Okay.
He says okay, and he looks a little scared at his friends over in the camp or in this original tent.
I like look at them and I kind of give them a wink.
And one of them like blushes, and then another one like smacks another one, and he's like, why is he going with her? She's so pretty.
With my like fawn legs.
And so he follows you.
Okay. And I bring him over to the tent that you described earlier.
With the orange tiefling. And so you walk up to her tent, and she's like, oh, hello, my friend. Who is this that you have here?
This, my dear friend, is Bob.
Bob, what a great name.
I know, isn't it delightful?
And he's kind of standing there like, he still has the dragon mask on.
Yeah.
Like the kobold dragon mask on.
Bob here has a very, very strong connection to another friend of ours, Reginald, and I kind of wink at her
Oh, okay. Yes, Reginald.
as I very slowly take the mask off of his face.
And he grabs it. He's like, he looks at you and he says, the mask stays on.
How hard would it be to convince him to take it off? Would it be worth me trying?
It's up to you. You can certainly try.
You can serenade him with your kazoo.
I could technically use my pan flute for nefarious means, but I'm not going to. I think I'm going to try to persuade it off of him.
Okay, what do you say to him and roll a persuasion check? Or what do you do to persuade it off of him? I don't know.
The way I went to
Poor
grab
Bob.
it, how tall is he? Because I'm a very tall lady.
I'd say he's probably like 5'8".
I'm taller than him, yes. I kind of like have one hand and I'm like pulling it up while also like hand on the shoulder, very gentle. Like, this reading will go so much better if you take this mask off.
Reading? I'm reading?
You're not reading. Honey, you're not reading. It's okay.
Collector sits at the table and waves her fingers and is like, I'll be reading.
Okay.
Oh.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
Yeah,
24.
he takes that mask off now.
Yeah, he does.
But he looks at you and he says, don't hurt it.
I won't.
Don't hurt it.
All right.
In the chair.
All right. So, Collector looks at you and she's like, so what are we doing today?
I want to see how close his connection to our dear Reginald is. So basically, outside of character, whether he has knowingly seen him or not, he's bound to have had an interaction with him, whether directly or indirectly. So I'm trying to use this as a means to maybe get some sort of something from him.
Okay.
Plus, this is I'm just firstly testing our in-game scheme.
Let me pull up.
I'm sure I can
Her
find better people.
character
This is
sheet.
fun.
Where is she? There she is. So you notice that she has these tarot cards spread out in like this fan shape on a table, and she very cleanly piles them all up, puts them in like a nice pouch in her bag, and then pulls out a very plastic, fake-looking crystal orb. And because she's like, this dude is not worth doing a tarot reading for. And she's going to do an insight check, I think. Yeah. On the man. Okay. And she's going to have him sit down and she's going to say, start looking into the crystal ball. And he does. He sits down and he's like staring at it very intently and he's like a little scared. And it starts to like change all these different colors and things. And you notice like Collector put the tiefling, her name is Collector, put her hands on his hands that are on top of the crystal ball. And all of a sudden her skin goes from orange and turns to bright red. And he like looks at her and she's like, yes, now I look like you're Sir Reginald, don't I? And he's like, yeah, you're really pretty. And she's like, I know. And so she starts like just spewing him a bunch of bullshit, like, oh yes, he cares about you so much, he I see that like Reginald actually knows who you are, and like, but do you know who he is? Do you know the real him? And he starts like spewing all this, like, of course I know him. And he starts like saying all these facts about him. And he's like, yeah, he's a comedian. He goes to he works at the theater, and then he does like a lot of comedian jokes, and then sometimes he plays the kazoo, and it's really cool, and I really like the kazoo. And
you just see me getting more and more like twitching but smiling angry behind him.
And so after like all these things are said, Collector looks at him and goes, run to him. And so he's like, I'm coming, Reginald. And he runs off towards what you would know is the theater.
Okay.
And she looks at you and she goes, wow, you picked a real good one.
I'm so glad. She's just like, Bob's a trip.
And she, Collector, before you leave, is like, he has not met Reginald before, but it seems as if he's seen a lot of his shows. So Reginald is not an easy guy to get a conference with.
Apparently not.
Yes, well, he's very self-important. But I wouldn't mind doing a reading for him if you could manage to get him here.
I feel like I could persuade him.
I bet you could. And she kind of like she takes her tarot cards back out and like fans them out again.
She's like, get the real shit back
out. So at this moment in time, you hold on. How do I want to do this? So you two are now walking into the marketplace. You guys are walking around, maybe you just past the fence or the fountain, and you see this big, bright, beautiful tent and this satyr woman standing in front of it. And I'll also say that you three are coming from behind. So let's say that, like, hold on, I have the map. You two came from like this north side, so your church temple is here, and you guys were coming this way and are about here, and then you guys came around and went up like this way.
Okay.
From the south. So let's start with you guys. What would you guys like to do?
Well, we have serious business here. We need to get our supplies, so that's the first thing. We can't get pulled into the orange tent riffraff.
Question, Savannah. Just for reference, can I just be outside lightly, very gently playing my pan flute?
Yeah, sure.
Just a very like somber melody that doesn't kind of really fit with how I look.
Okay, yeah.
Wouldn't be expecting it.
And so you guys hear that happening.
We notice, and while I have been sort of pulling Sumas along so that we don't get distracted by things, we stop. We stop for the flute because I've always liked music, especially sad music. And I say this to her.
As I'm playing, I kind of lock eyes with you, and it gets like louder for you as I'm doing it a little bit.
I enjoy this. Thank you.
Hey, I'm not very comfortable with like standing around. Could we like go somewhere less in public? I don't want anybody like to see me.
Of course we can. But first, we need to get our wares.
I love this music, though. It's beautiful.
At this point, because you guys are near the tent, the tiefling woman notices you guys, and she's still bright red, and she's looking, and she's like, how are you guys doing? I haven't seen you guys around here before.
We're not from here.
I pull the hood tighter on my head.
I stop playing my flute when she comes out.
Well, that was an interesting move. All right, well. And she stands up and, like, comes around the table. And where are you from, then?
The swamp.
The swamp?
The swamp.
Any particular swamp or just the swamp?
We don't want to talk about it.
Okay, and then her...
It's okay, it's okay.
Sure?
Yeah, we're from the Muddy Swamp, just south of here.
Ah, yes, the Muddy Swamp. And then her skin changes from the bright red to like a kind of swampy looking dark green. She's like, does this make you guys feel more comfortable?
It does.
You know what else might make you feel more comfortable? I can tell you your past, present, and future.
I already know my past. I'm living my present. And
Well,
I don't believe you that you can tell my future.
I choke.
Uh-oh.
I start tearing up because I don't want to think about my past.
Aww. Like Collector looks down and is like, shit, I picked the wrong people.
But you might be able to answer another question.
Hit me.
I need 300 yards of rope. Who would have 300 yards of rope?
What do you need all that rope for? You know what? It's none of my business, actually, now that I think about it. There is a general store right over there, and she points to like a building on the corner. And I was like, I'm sure that they have some rope, maybe 300 yards. I don't know. I'm not a rope person. I can tell you your future.
Let's get out of here.
Do you want to know your future?
No.
Oh, well, who knows? The future, you know, could have some promising things in it. It's not a bad idea to try it out.
I would rather not. You know, I've had a bad past, and I would rather not know if I have a bad future. So
Plus, we have limited coin and 300 yards of rope to buy.
we really need that rope.
I am buff.
Oh, shit. So she kind of like eyes you up for a second, Evangeline, but like puts Sumis and turns around and is like, all right, fine, go get your rope. But once you have your rope, I'll be here.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I guess at this point, you guys go to turn away from the tent and you accidentally bump into a little bird.
Hi, little thing. Hello.
Wow, their tune changed really quick, she says to you.
I look up and my eyes are just gleaming. And I waddle to them and I rub my head against their hand hoping they pet me.
Which we do because we like animals.
I love animals.
This makes Pip happy.
Well, you see, why did little bird do that for them but not for us? What do you? Come on, man.
Look, listen. Details we'll ask for later. Listen, we're not adorable little birds, okay? We can't get away with that.
I
kind of stuff.
turn.
Sometimes I find that animals know better about who to trust.
And it's obviously us.
That's fair and valid. I mean, the only trustworthy person I know is Kazoo Bob, but Lord knows where he is right now.
I just go. I just look at you.
Hey, how's it going?
Big satyr woman staring you daggers when you say Kazuba.
Are these people you were talking about? I never asked your name. What is your name, little bird?
You would know your name.
Oh yeah. I turn to you and I just look. Pip.
Oh my gosh.
Pip?
Mm-hmm.
That's a cute little bird sound, but what's your name?
I think he's trying to say
That's
his
a good
name
name.
is Pip.
I thought his name was
Pip.
And then
All right, yeah.
I turn and I look.
Pip makes a little more sense here.
I turned to Lenny and I said, I'm going to set him on fire tonight.
Excuse me?
Not the first time.
And then
the
I turn,
last.
and then Pip turns to Phineas like, drop it.
I'm assuming, are these the people that you're leading us to?
You would also know yes and no if you
Okay.
wanted to. Like,
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that helps out a lot, actually.
I would like to say that I've never met the bird
Yeah, I was
before.
like, who do you know that you're leading? Is it me? Is it Collector?
were you leading them to me? Hello? I've never seen you around here before either, or you two.
How's it going? I'm looking for people with a particular set of skills.
Oh.
I don't know what the skills really entail, just any sort of skills, really.
Okay. Well, my skill is about reading your past, present, and future, if you guys would like to know that. For 1 gold, of course.
How about this? 25 gold some sort of job. I don't know what fucking job it is, but there's a job coming up. That'll probably be helpful. That's a helpful skill, isn't it?
I would say money is certainly a helpful thing to carry around with you.
You're gonna give me 25 gold for my tarot reading?
I mean, maybe the tarot reading will be helpful. I don't know.
Okay,
you know
the
crossbow?
charge is... We don't talk about crossbow.
We don't talk about crossbow, but do you know him?
Do a tarot card reading, and then I might tell you.
It wouldn't hurt to just...
You drive a hard bargain.
25 gold.
For tarot cards?
You just said you'd give me 25 gold.
You did.
I said that we can offer 25 gold for the job.
So that's
Fine. 1 gold.
2 gold.
Fine.
Cool.
You're gonna give her more money.
She drives a hard bargain.
Collector, I think you have some really good ones this time.
I think I do too.
At this point, we have gone to the general store and are inquiring about this rope.
We slipped away.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do the tarot reading first, and then we can get you over there.
Already spent 3 gold.
Oh shit, hang on just a split second. Let's do the general store thing first, because actually I need to find my tarot card things. So you guys go into the general store. What is the name of the general store? So you... Oh my god, what did I do? I wrote terrible notes for this. That's what it is. The Shimmergate General Store. And so you walk inside and it's just like, it's just a traditional store, like one that you'd see like in like Main Street, USA. Like the floors are wooden, like everything's just kind of cluttered in there, but it's not like messy, but there's just a lot of stuff, basically anything that you could need in there. And there is a halfling woman who is at the counter, like wrapping up some things in packages.
Hello.
Hi there, how can I help you?
I'm looking for 300 yards of rope.
Excuse me? 300 yards?
Yes, 300 yards of rope.
Let me go check the back real fast. And so...
How much would you charge for that much rope?
I'd probably charge like 2 gold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can handle 2 gold for that. Let me go see if I have all that though. I started doing an accent again, but it's fine. And so she goes into the back real fast, and she comes back. Actually, she doesn't. Hold on. She opens the back door, and she's like, "So, as you might have noticed, I'm a bit small. Halfling people are pretty small, like 3 feet tall, I think. So she's like, I have a spool back here of 300 yards of rope, but I can't carry it. So can I have the 2 gold, and then you can come back here and grab it yourself?"
Yes. Here's
All right.
the 2 gold.
And you take away the 2 gold, and she grabs it, and then she like opens the back door and lets you back there, and there you see on the ground, like she probably knocked it over trying to like pick it up, and there is like a spool of like rope. 300 yards of rope.
Yeah.
300 yards of rope.
This is perfect.
This is perfect. Well, let's grab this rope.
All right, so you grab the rope, and
Are we able to carry it with the 2 of us?
yeah, I would say so. Do you want to like split it in half so you each carry like this rope, or like...
That's okay.
Yeah.
We don't need it for only one project.
Oh, okay. So you do want to split it up?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So she said, I'll say that you guys have a bag of holding, and so she helps you guys squeeze this rope into this bag of holding, and bag of holdings kind of like have like, it's like Mary Poppins, like bigger than on the inside kind of thing. So she helps you squeeze it in there, and now you have 300 yards of rope inside your bag of holding.
I have another question.
Of course.
Is there anybody that is well versed in mysticism around here Because we have some questions about goings on in the swamp.
She like laughs a little bit. The swamp? Okay. Well, the library is a good place to look, but they're not necessarily experts at mysticism. They're a little bit more by the books, but you could probably find something in there. And then if you want mysticism, there is that really weird looking character, the one that like her skin changes colors. You can't miss her tent. Like she kind of knows mysticism.
I think we've met her.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you have. She likes to introduce herself to everybody.
Is she trustworthy?
I genuinely cannot say, but I did do a tarot card reading, and she told me that I was going to meet my soulmate soon.
Did you?
You?
Well, I just did it, so like soon could be anytime.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, we should probably go back and see what she knows.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you for the rope.
goodbye.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Okay, so you guys leave and go back. I guess you start walking back as Lenny has sat down and started doing his tarot reading. So she sits you down, and her skin. What kind of colors are you wearing?
Browns, a few greens, maybe like a dark, dirty orange.
Okay, so she's already green. She'll stay green. And so I need you, Mims, to. She looks at you with these fanned out tarot cards in front of her, and she says, "Pick a card." And so roll a d12 for me.
12. That's a 1.
Okay, and then roll a d4.
Shit. That's my 4. That's a 3.
Okay. So you pick up a card, and it across it has the word judgment on it, and it is like a weighted scale kind of thing that you'd see in like a courtroom or something. And so this is your past.
Oh boy, do I know it.
You had some sort of rebirth, you know, maybe you had a new calling in life, and so you followed this inner calling, and now you are on a new track. So go ahead and pick another card.
While Collector's doing this, I'm just watching intently, just kind of making mental notes of her performance.
All right, roll a perception check.
Okay.
I'll roll another d12.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Roll another 1.
Roll another d4.
4.
Okay. So this time, you pick out a new card, and on it, on the very bottom, it says the Fool. And so now you see a picture of a man standing like next to a cliff, and he's like about to like walk right off of the cliff. And you are in a state of new beginnings. You have a lot of trust in life, and you need to be careful because that naivete might end up having you walk off a cliff. And she does like a little thing with her fingers, and the candles behind her glow like a lot brighter all of a sudden.
Dig the ambient lighting.
Thank you. Showmanship is very important. Now pick your last card. This is your future, so pick well.
That is an 8.
Okay, 8. Now roll another d4.
4.
Okay. So on this, you see a bright glowing picture of a star, and then like there's one really big one, and then there's like a bunch of tiny ones behind it, and then it says the star. And so she looks and she's like, "Oh, this is a good omen." It
I
says,
like those.
maybe your future involves being hopeful and it's calm. And, I think things are going to go really well for you in the future.
I can't complain about that.
Yes, I'm very good at what I do, which is making you feel good about yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You should try this shit, man.
I think personally I've seen all I can see from your card readings, personally.
That sounded condescending, but I'll
What do you
allow
mean
it.
condescending?
Anyway, she starts to she takes your cards back and she pulls it back and shuffles them a little bit and then fans it out again. And at this point you see these two characters, Sumis and Lupa, have reappeared.
Cool. Pip's excited. Pip likes them.
I'm just kind of staring at Sumas, but not maliciously, very inquisitively, but I'm not displeased. I'm
I noticed this, but I feel like that's okay.
I just go over to the bird.
Sorry, I needed to take a drink. Bree, please roll me a perception check. How do you say your character's name?
Aclis?
Acleus.
Aclis.
Aclis.
I accidentally put an extra thing on that one.
Aclis. Okay.
You said, what am I on?
A perception check.
11.
Okay. So you notice these two characters walk up to you, and now you notice in between them, you see a woman that you've noticed a lot before. With these past couple days where you've been there, you've noticed this woman standing there with a hood, and she seems to watch you a lot. And you notice her, and she's staring right at you now, which is new for her. A lot of the times when you made eye contact with her, she'd look away very quickly, but now she's just staring at you.
I'm going to point and cast message at her, which is a cantrip.
Okay.
Who are you?
She hears a voice in her head and she freaks out, and she saw you pointing at her. So she goes, "What the fuck?" And that's all the message that you get back. But then you start to see her walk straight up to you, and she says, "Who are you? What are you doing?"
I'm asking you the same thing.
I've seen you here every day. You watch all these people and you watch me. What are you doing here?
What the bloody hell?
She just gets a big smile on her face. She's like, well, my friend here has a tent, this very tent here, and she is a performer of sorts, and as am I, just a very different performer. So I've been looking for a venue and a new performing partner. Is there anything wrong with that?
You're lying. I know you're lying. You wrote this note, didn't you? And she pulls out a note from her pocket, and it says, "Meet me in the marketplace," but it's very poorly written. And
poor handwriting, or neat as an MEAT?
Poor handwriting.
Okay.
But it's spelled correctly. It's very, very poor handwriting. And she shows it to you, and then she kind of crumples it up and throws it at your face, and is like, "You need to leave me alone. Please leave me alone. I can't do this anymore." Everyone roll me a perception check real fast.
Which one is that?
So roll a d20, which is this big one here. Yep. Oof.
It's a 12.
Okay.
5.
16.
17, but do I add anything to it?
You don't have perception, but you can add them, so...
I got a 2.
You have an 8.
Okay.
I've been 18.
I got an 8.
Okay. You guys all rolled terribly.
Shannon.
I have an 18.
Oh, an 18? Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. So, Pip is the only one to notice this.
A 16 doesn't notice it either.
Well, I would say, okay, let me rephrase just a little bit. So you notice, let's start with you, Aclis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From behind the woman who is now screaming at you, you see what looks like a shadow move really quickly. But that's all you see. Pip, what you see is the shadow figure. Like, it's very shadowy, very hard to see. But you see it come up to you, move really quickly, go up to Phineas, go up to Lenny, go up to Sumis, and go up to Lupa. You see it one by one just go up to each of them. And is that what you said?
He just learned it.
Okay.
Hey, language. Good, you're learning language. That's
Yeah,
really
so
good.
these people have no idea that anything just happened. And you know something happened, but you don't know what.
Because he said that, I kind of like look at him and I'm like, did you see something?
Yes.
Because I vaguely saw something, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see something?
Yes.
Good or bad?
I shake my head like no. Well, wait.
I mean, she said good or bad, so you would know. You like you.
You would hear me, yeah.
Bad. Let me see what if I can.
The woman is still screaming at you. by the
Bad
way.
omen.
Omen? I'm immediately like stressed.
Okay.
Because of my stuff.
And these four still have no idea what's going on.
I'm just picking my
She's
nose.
yelling at me still, right?
Yes. She's just saying over and over again, like, just leave me alone. I'm so over that. Like, leave me alone. I can't do it anymore.
I am going to. Can I try to make an attempt to calm her down?
Make a persuasion check.
This doesn't work. I have an idea.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming I'm witnessing all of
It's a 9.
yelling.
Yeah, she does not trust you at all. Like, she's freaking out. And she's like, she's going into like a full-blown panic mode. Like, she's like, I found you. I know it's you. No, please just leave me alone. I don't know why you're doing this to me.
Mid-sentence, I'm going to cast silence on her.
No. Hold on.
What does silence do?
It's gonna take out all of the sound around us.
Oh, shit.
Do not do
that's
that.
Right. That's
Yeah.
a 20-foot sphere.
You would know
I'm
that.
going
bad.
to cast
I thought that
suggestion
was-
on her.
Okay.
I thought it was
You would know
centered
that.
on a person. That's
no,
my
it's
bad.
all good.
I'm going to cast suggestion on her.
As she casts suggestion, I'm going to cast Charm Person on this woman.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm trying to at least like get her to a point that she can be more articulate to what she's trying to say, because she's just kind of panicking right now.
I was
right?
just gonna suggest she calm down and trust me, and she will do it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, if she doesn't
And
pass.
then I renege that. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. I can do speak with animals. It's a divination. Can I communicate with Pip like that?
Oh.
I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I think.
Like it past words that Pip has already heard.
Do you want me to Google if Aarakocras speak bird?
Yeah. Yes, please.
I think they just mimic. I don't know that they actually speak.
Well,
Speak
Eric
things.
Opera can talk normally.
Yeah.
Pip can't talk
yeah.
normally.
I mean,
because of a
in
little
terms of
thing.
pimp. I said pimp.
But okay, so you're casting suggestion on her.
Yeah.
What do I have to roll?
Wisdom. So it's a wisdom.
She doesn't
save.
get that die.
Speak the language
She
of
gets
vultures and other large birds. In
But-
addition to...
I guess
Oh, so yeah, so speak with animals would work, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
as long as you're speaking like... Well, it says vultures and large birds. So, do you speak vulture?
Oh.
Well, I'm trying to think if it with like my background thing with like the way I was like raised, would I think I would be able
I
to
guess
respond?
not. Yeah,
don't
so I guess
know,
not. I
yeah.
think you just respond to her in mimicry.
Okay.
I think.
well that wouldn't really help.
Did you roll?
Yeah.
Yes, she got an 11.
It's 15. So,
Nice.
yeah.
All right, so you
14.
suggest that to her, and she starts to calm down, actually. But it looks very tense.
This
still.
lasts for 8 hours too. So,
Oh shit.
okay.
Okay.
I suggest she calm down and trust me and explain.
Okay. So she like stops hyperventilating, and she's like, there's somebody stalking me, and I can't. They keep coming to me, and they told me to meet them in the marketplace, and I've seen you in the marketplace every day, and you're watching people, and I thought you were watching me too. I don't know. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know.
When did this start?
Like, I think 2 weeks ago, I think. I don't know. I feel like I always have somebody watching me, but then these weirder things started happening like 2 weeks ago, and I just
What weird things?
like things will start going missing. I'll have notes delivered to me all the time. There's like things left on my doorstep, and I don't know how they got there. I don't know what's going on.
Do you know a bard named Reginald?
I've heard of him. He's the dude who plays at the theater, I guess. I don't know.
So then I've got a question outside of this conversation. How long have I been in town?
I'd say like 4 days.
How long do I have information that he has been in town?
Probably like a month or two.
Okay.
Like he's not a local, but like he's found this place.
When was the information that I know brought to my attention, timeline-wise, in that?
I would say probably around a month ago, and then it took you some time to travel here and stuff.
Could Pip go up to her and just kind of sit next to her, try to help calm her down, like look up, just like he feels bad.
I kind of gently guide her hand to pet Pip.
Yeah, and I hop on her lap.
And she does actually start petting you, and it does seem to calm her down a little bit.
Yay.
Where was this note delivered to you?
It was on my front door.
And you got this one when? 2 weeks ago?
This one today, I got it today. I got it this morning. So and when I saw you again and you were looking right at me, I thought it was you. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I turn
You're
to
good.
Collector and I'm like, can you do anything about this?
You don't know who's been watching you?
No, not at all. I really don't. And it's getting really bad. There's weird things like daggers and things popping up on my front doorstep.
Oh, that's pretty fucked.
Yeah. Oh, that was Savannah responding to it. That was weird. At this point, there is a guard coming over. What is? Head guard coming over. He is a young, dark-skinned human with like short black hair, and he comes over and he's like, "Hey, Lenny, like, what's going on? Are you all right? Like, what were you screaming about?" And she's like, still like, I'm being watched. I'm being watched. And he looks at all of you and he's like, "I'm sorry if she's bothered you."
Sumas goes out and hides behind other people. Doesn't like the guard.
Do I still have the note also, like, that she threw at me? Because she threw it at me.
Yeah. I'd say that it's on the ground.
I'm going to say I picked it up and I'm looking at it.
That's fine.
How does the guard know the young woman?
Yes. He called her by her name.
How do you know her?
Well, I'm the head guard around here. I know most people, especially if they live here, but Lenny has been a little bit more of a troublemaker recently, and like looks at her and
Me?
Wait.
your name is Lenny.
Oh, we've got two double Lennys.
Oh, shit.
Lenny. What's her name now? I need fantasy name generator. Fuck.
I was like, at first I thought you mentioned me, and I was like, nah, I probably just misheard it.
Inlay. Her name is Inlay now.
Inlay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her name is Inlay. Sorry. Retroactively, he knows he was speaking to the woman. I didn't know Mim's character's name, so it's okay. So he was speaking
He
to the
also
woman.
knows me, but we don't talk about that.
It kind of gives you the side eye. And then do you like try to sneakily like hide behind the tent, or like?
I just kind of like, I hide behind Lupa.
Okay.
Like, I just kind of like sneak behind her, like
Gotcha.
kind of cover my face.
Okay.
Other than the bad handwriting, is there anything weird about this note? Or like telling about the way it's written, even?
No, I would roll an insight check.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Oh!
I rolled a 20.
Yeah, girl.
First
I'm
natural
so
20.
Because my modifier.
No, it
is
wasn't the
a
first
1.
natural 20. We rolled another one, didn't we?
Oh, I rolled one
Brandon.
when I was
Yeah.
receiving her.
Yes. end, you notice that
So wait, I got the first natural one and the first natural 20.
That's impressive.
God damn.
she didn't seem to do anything weird. Like,
Okay.
she seemed to just genuinely be, like, reading the cards. But you did notice a couple, like, finger things. But normally when she did that, it was, like, candles behind her were, like, changing colors or doing stuff.
Okay.
But you, however, looking at this piece of paper, the handwriting on it, it looks as if it was somebody who just learned how to write, like, yesterday. Like a kindergartner, like, not that a kindergartner wrote it, but, like, if you look at a kindergartner's writing, it's like
It's like
bad.
somebody
Very
who's
snobby.
never...
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. So, so the guard is like, he puts his arm around her and he's like, "Are you all right?" And she's like, "I'm not all right. You guys won't listen to me." And he says to her, like, "Oh, but we did. We watched your house. Nothing happened." And she just turns away from him and she's like, "Nobody listens to me."
I'll turn to the guard. Hey, look, I know we got off the wrong foot the other day. We're not going to talk about that. Is anybody else that's having that kind of a issue, or is it just this one person?
She's the only one. The only other thing recently that I can think of that's been out of place is that there's been a lot more robberies recently, but I don't know if that has anything to do with certain people being here. But
I don't like your tone, but I'm not going to fight you on it.
thank you.
Pip just like awkwardly like, like ooh.
I'm also giving you a bit of a stink eye as well.
I lean in over to the lady and I'm like, "Do you know any angry children? I know that sounds stupid, but this looks like somebody who does not know how to write well.
Angry children?
Anybody who likes to mess with people in town, anything like that."
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I just
Okay. No angry children in your life, got it.
I turn to the collector and I say, "Well, we've been told you know things about mysticism. Perhaps your card telling can provide some answers as to what is going on with this girl." Because there have been other strange things going on our travels that we've heard. This is not specific to this village or this woman.
Well, I would need some time for this. This is not a past, present, and future solution, unfortunately. And also, I think giving her a reading would stress her out right now. But I would be willing to look into it.
Sumis looks up a little bit, like slightly, and stares at her, and she says, "Are you just not good enough to do this?"
Ooh.
I don't even need to look at what her modifier is. Her skin right now, skin color is her natural orange color. And she looks at you and really looks at you, like, for a second, like her eyes widen for a second, and then her skin goes green. And she's like,
Oh, shoot.
"Why don't you try a reading, and then you'll see."
Go ahead.
But no. We no. It's no. We shouldn't do that. I don't need it.
Nah, I don't think you need it at all.
Pip looks up. I need it.
So the guard is like, "All right, please, like, can we can't be making a scene here in the marketplace. Can we figure this out somewhere else? Or, like, can you go home maybe? I don't know." And she's just like, I don't know what to do about this anymore. And she, like, starts to slowly, like, walk off towards her house.
Do you want an escort home?
I was gonna say, can I follow her a little bit? At least into, like, out of the tent, because I kind of want to, like, look around, like, or just around to see if anybody is, like, noticeably watching this, or, like, out of place, or trying to get away from this.
Actually, and there's something that can happen here too. So, she looks at you and she says, actually, I would really appreciate an escort home. And the guard kind of looks at you guys and he's like, you guys wouldn't mind escorting her home?
Of course not. We don't mind at all.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, then. Well, I am the head guard around here. My name is Darius. And if you need anything, please let me know. And at this point, I need you all to roll me a perception check again.
On the D20?
Yep, on the D20.
7.
That's a 13.
4.
Oh,
15.
13.
oh, I need to roll.
Do you add stuff to it for this?
You would roll. What do you add? Wisdom, right?
Yeah.
What's your wisdom modifier?
3.
So
Should be-
you would have 16 then.
16.
All right. So this time, can I have the numbers one more time? I'm sorry, guys.
I got 7.
7?
13.
4.
13,
you,
16.
You 16.
13.
15.
So you two this time notice that like there seems to be you all don't notice this, but you two notice it. Sorry, Lupa and
Aklis.
notice that the blur that you saw earlier seems to come back and is behind the woman, and you see it kind of like almost, it looks like it reaches out and touches her, and then all of a sudden she gets very like sickly and tired looking. She's not like, you two notice this, it's not like a big change, but she went from like having what seems like a little bit of energy to like, oh, I really need to get home. I'm so tired. I can't do this anymore. And
Can I?
I'm sorry.
Can Pip look up at her, hand her some berries from my acorn purse, and say, "Friend"?
And she like smiles at you and is like, okay, friend.
And like, friend.
And she's like, I need to go now. I feel awful all of a
Of
sudden.
course. Lead the way, ma'am.
And yeah, so she starts leading you off to her house.
I will cast Cure Wounds on her. First level. I don't know if that'll do anything. But
It does not do anything.
damn. Well, I still do it just because.
But yeah, that's okay. So mark a spell slot off. So I think that this might be a good place to end it for today. Unless you guys have another thing that you want to do. Like you guys are all falling off.
The only thing I would do is ask and see if anyone else saw that, but we can start.
Oh, yeah. No. Do that. I'm sorry.
Did anyone else see that shadow?
I did.
What shadow?
See what?
There was
No,
a shadow, and then she got all tired.
What did it look
Right?
like?
Well, it was
Just shadow?
yeah, dark and grabbed her.
And then that's when she nearly collapsed. I kind of like in my sentence turned to Pip because I remember that Pip had also seen something earlier. And I was like, Pip, was the bad thing a shadow?
Yes.
Oh, that's fucky.
Yeah.
Well, now we know she's not crazy, but this is probably worse.
Do you think that's what messaged her?
I don't know.
We'll just have to keep a keen eye on her going around as we're taking her home.
We should definitely.
Under my breath,
Follow
I just
her
kind of
home.
mumble, I need to find Reginald.
2.
Hmm.
2.
I just
Oh.
anybody can, if anybody hears it, they hear it, but I'm just muttering it under my breath just so
Should
you
we-
are aware.
Okay.
I
Should we
was
roll
saying,
perception or just passive perception to hear that?
Sure.
Oh, cool. 15.
17.
Oh, sorry.
12.
Did not think of it.
Four.
Hear this.
20.
Oh,
But not natural.
Pip hears it.
20. I'll say
Oh,
you
7.
three. How? What
12.
12? You 4 hear it. You don't hear it. But also, with a 20, you like when you went in to reach for your berries. When you reached in there, you noticed that it was not as full as it normally is, and you notice that you go to look at it, and your gold purse is gone.
Uh-oh.
So you have no money.
Pip looks up. What the fuck?
What up? Are you okay? What happened?
I like opened up my little acorn and I point at it and I say, wait, gold, of course.
Gold.
Money is a helpful thing.
I'm gonna start reaching. Hearing her say the shadow, I'm gonna reach towards my little wallet.
It's not there.
Fuck.
None of you
I
have
think
your
it just
gold
been-
purses on you anymore.
Do I have my rope?
Do I have my ring?
You still have the bag of holding.
Do I still have
Okay. So no one has
Do
any
what?
money.
Do I still have bonk?
Yes.
Do I
Yes.
have the
It's
ring?
just your gold purse.
So now the
Okay.
problem is we all need money.
Okay, so 0 gold.
Yeah, so you all have 0 gold at the moment. But you don't need to mark it down, it's fine. Just I'll remember that you have no money.
Okay.
Well, I have to just
Go
think
to
about
the
real
theater.
life.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. That works so good.
I am like seething because I know.
So
Or at least I assume.
yeah, so you guys have no money and are now the woman will say to you guys, that's weird, that's been happening a lot recently, but you guys can stay at my place. I have enough room. I live there by myself. And so I guess as you guys are still walking and she walks you over.
Do you have a fire pit? I just hold up the.
Oh yeah, you've just been carrying.
Yeah, I've just been carrying the paint.
painting the whole time.
Nobody said a single thing
No.
about it.
But we don't have to worry
The
about
man loves
firewood.
art. What are we supposed to say?
And so, what am I thinking? Yeah, so you guys follow her off to her house. And I guess we can pick up from there next time.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yay.
I just say one thing to Lupa. I just say, at least we got that rope before all our money was gone.
That's true. That's true. You guys got it.
Oh my gosh, I love it. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching and listening to us. I know I referenced a map. I will put that in the D&D live chat. I'll take a picture of it and put it in
Did
there.
you put our stats and stuff in the D&D or in the chat? Or that, like
Something
just basic stuff?
Yeah,
the
sure.
PDF of the.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and thank you, Slump, for the very nice bravo. Yes, let me say. Oh, he said very nice bravo.
Aw.
Let me go back into this.
Oh, +1 for bird character.
Yay.
Why is it not showing up?
Yes, so thank you,
It's
Slump,
in D&D.
Rude Bear, and Mazikeen for being here with us. There were some others. I think one of them was the cat
Rude
one,
Bear.
but yeah.
D&D
All
live.
right. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Imagination Fun Times, Dungeons & Dragons with the Alchemical Actors is recorded live in front of our Discord community. Join us there at the Occult Confessions Discord today.